Hello SST, this is Silo Niberok. I don't know what you want to call me, resident Excel user. So we've had some questions about the HAAT raid recently and how to solo it, and I know a lot of people are starting to get C3PO, and this is the most important part of that team. So if you have JTR and you have C3PO, you're most of the way through soloing this raid. There's a lot of different team compositions you can use, but the one we're going to be showing today is actually Resistance with CLS. Of course, you could also use Han Solo in this as well. So this is my team. We have leader JTR with CLS, BB-8, and C3PO and Finn. Really important for Finn to do a lot of damage. He's going to be stacking up. We will go through the battle first, and then at the end, if you're still interested, we'll go through mods and stuff. But for now, we'll just go through the battle here. So let's get started. P1 is actually the most challenging portion of this raid. You have General Grievous. He's going to gain a lot of turn meter. He's going to want to go really fast. So I don't like to go full auto in this. I think you can get away with it. Maybe if you go with G13 and have really good mods on all of these characters, you could probably pull it off. We're going to go do the safe route, and that way anyone that has lower tier mods or doesn't quite have the gear levels on these guys, you can probably still make it through the raid. And you'll be able to make it through P1. You'll just have to be more careful. So first off, we're going to always use BB-8. We're going to spam his middle special there to try to get the buffs, and we're going to start knocking down the turn meter on Grievous. Now at this point, the hardest one to manage here is the B2 droid. He's going to want to do his AoE and take away all the buffs, and we have to stop him from doing that. Basically what we want to do is we want to add stacks of confusion on all of the side droids so that we nullify them, and then we'll just focus down on General Grievous, because the rest of them, as we use specials on exposes, all of their turn meters will be reduced to nothing, and so we won't have to worry about anyone else. We can just manage General Grievous doing damage and making sure that he doesn't take too many turns. So we're going to start with B2 here. We got a confusion on him. That's great. We're going to go ahead and use CLS. We're gonna hit a side droid here and get an expose. We're not going to start going after General Grievous just yet. Let's do the same thing. We'll do the same thing with JTR, and we're going to pull C3PO in here to help. There's 2 stacks here. We're going to do a taunt from Finn and special from BB-8, and then let's just hit the side droid and try to get an expose on him as well. Great. We'll do one more confusion. Didn't work. You know what? We might be safe though, because cannot counter, assist, or gain turn meter. Boom. So we'll go ahead and start hitting General Grievous, or knock his turn meter down here. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get a daze on this guy here. And it's safe to go ahead and start using Finn special. So we're going to want to stack damage on Finn really hard. And so we're just going to use General Grievous as our main target here with his special. I don't want to cause more damage to the side droids than I need to. So we'll try to throw one more stack of confusion on B2, then we'll move on to the other side droids, but for now we're just going to go straight damage here. I'm always going to call C3PO into assist, because I want to bring in more specials from the other characters here. You'll also notice that I don't use the mass assist from C3PO very often, just because it causes General Grievous to gain more turn meter. So the way we're controlling this, we're being cautious. We're not going to try to get into too deep, and we're just going to take this kind of one step at a time. Unfortunately, he wanted to get cheeky, and BB-8 said, I'm going to hit you back, so not much we can do about that. He will respawn later, and we'll just have to deal with it. We have our 3 stacks on B2. We'll throw a stack on the side droid here. BB-8, perfect. And then we'll reduce turn meter on General Grievous here, and we'll just keep doing the same thing over and over again. We have 3 stacks. Oh, didn't hit. We're always going to go for reducing turn meter here on Grievous. And if you notice, all these specials cause the side droids to lose their turn meters, so we're good there. Alright, now that we have the single guy up here, we're going to throw the daze on him. And we're just going to do a basic with CLS here. save that turn meter for later, because stuff like that happens all the time. You saw I just gained a full stack of turn meter there. So see if we can get confusion on this. There we go. And then it's 2 stacks. BB-8. We'll go ahead and do turn meter reduction. Must have been the 7th hit, so that actually did not work. Good thing JTR is there. Now, you'll notice that when we do the basic from C-3PO and Grievous, it also reduces his turn meter. So we're going to do that very, very often. We'll do it again here. Get a little bit... Oh, it's not bad. See, that worked out pretty well there. Okay. We don't have much of a choice here, so we're going to go ahead and hit. And then maybe, there we go. JTR, see the CLS knocks it down. 7th hit again. Wow, I think start counting here. Anyways, we're probably okay. He's got 13. Now he's got 12 phases to go. That's probably okay. Finally landed the reduction there. We're gonna go do a basic here. And now we will be going for CLS. Wow. I'm gonna go debuff him just a little bit more. You can see why I don't like to do the mass assist here. Just one wrong hit gives him maximum turn meter. So if you can imagine, just going full bore with all the characters at the same time, not what we want. Finn just took about 4% of his health just now, so he's starting to get into his damage. That's pretty much where he maxes out too. He'll get 4% each time. That's kind of where his cap is with his current gear level and mods. Do assist with C-3PO. We'll keep on doing our specials to reduce that turn meter. Connected with the TM reduction there. Go ahead and knock that down. %4 from Finn. Reduction from CLS. Basic. Assist with C-3PO. 4% from Finn. We're going to leave him alone and do a basic here. Reduce from JTR. Basic. C3. Okay. Now, as we start getting towards the end here, we want to try to let BB-8 have his Illuminated Destiny ready to go for the next phase. I love having one ready for the next phase so you can use it right away. So, because Finn does so much damage here, it's not going to take very long for us to get through this phase here. Alright, so we'll probably not get another Illuminated Destiny here. We're going to go ahead and use this CLS. We're going to heal him up a little bit since he's losing his protection. He's the only one that doesn't get protection from Illuminated Destiny. So we'll have to heal him up on his own. We're going to skip Illuminated Destiny here and just finish off Grievous using our regular. Okay, so this is one point where I'm actually going to use the Mass Assist because we're going to get a ton of damage on this guy. That's 2%. Oh, almost hit that. Reduce the turn meter a little bit. Knock that down. Now, if you notice, we also didn't get that extra turn meter reduction or cooldown on Finn. So we have a little bit over 5% ready left to go. 4%. Oh, didn't get 4% because he didn't have Illuminated Destiny ready. Okay, we're gonna do a basic here. I could be doing damage with BB-8, but I'm choosing not to, just because I don't want it to be one more thing that Grievous will gain from. So there we go. So we slow rolled it, had about, what, 6 or 7 turns left for Grievous, so I had plenty of time left to spare in case a few things went wrong, because that stuff does happen. So the fact that we kept with basics and just used that to whittle down his TM allows us to control him a lot easier. Han Solo does a really good job of reducing turn meter, but I find that CLS is a little bit easier to control, so I like using him, but you can use your Han Solo instead for the same effect. Here, we're just going to go to town. So we just have to make sure that we control which target the auto feature is locked onto, and we'll go from there. So we're going to go ahead and kind of wreck. Here's the Illuminated Destiny there. We're going to get an expose on this over here, and that way we can just kind of control what we want to do. Throw some debuffs on there. We're going to go ahead and looks like everyone has at least one stack of translation except for Finn, so we'll mass assist everybody. Knock this out, you know, and then let's do some damage on the main. Start getting that rolling. It's not going to take much to kill off this last turret. There it is. And we'll hit auto. So you can sit back and relax. We're going to let this auto roll. And then all we'll do is every time it resets and the turrets become active again, we'll just control which turret we're going to go after. We're going to try to time all of C-3PO's mass assists, the oh my goodness move, to a turret that is full health so that we can just wipe it out with one hit. If we want to, we can always direct damage to the main tank right before the TM fills up, and then we can kill the turret. However, we're going to kill the turret with plenty of turns to spare, so it's not really important to do that. It's just kind of if you feel like doing it, but overall it's faster just to let auto do its thing, instead of taking the time to direct focus on the tank itself. So there's one. We're down 10% already. Pop it at the top turret here because that's the most dangerous. It's gone. Moving on to number 2. We'll kind of switch over, let this one die. We can do some damage on the middle, boom, 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 and we'll switch over to the left. Done. And like I said, you don't have to do that part. You're going to finish with plenty of turns on your side. You don't have to. You can just kill the turrets and then let it go to the town in the middle. It's just kind of fun and breaks up the monotony of the auto battle feature. Saw a 2,000 point hit from Finn there. 191. $195. $187, a little bit low. Select the top. Move over. I feel like... Oh, there it is. Couldn't stop it. No, so I was getting a little cheeky there with it. We've got a little close to the turn meter falling, but if you notice, we only have 11 more turns to go, so we're already at 66%. This is not a hard battle. So it looks like Finn's going to stay around 184,000 with that special. I was hoping he would stay up higher than that, but well, there's 201. I'm going to leave those exposes up there and let C-3PO mass assist. Perfect. We'll hit maybe, yep, once, and then we'll do a little bit of damage on the main tank. Ooh, that was close. Was that about, what, a 1% hit by Finn? They're getting a lot of their specials out, so I wanted to get away, just in case. After this topple, we will probably go into manual mode, or maybe let it run just a little bit. But like I said before, I like to go into each phase having Illuminated Destiny ready to go. So we'll make sure that BB-8 doesn't use a special, so we can pop it right at the beginning. And then we'll go into full auto in P3. So P3 is actually the easiest part of this raid with this team. Let's see how we are. Go ahead and do this. We'll let it run. We'll let it run one more time. This may be the wrong decision, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop it. 12%. We might be able to get another one out of here. I think it takes about, what, 8% to get it fully charged. Let's take a look. It's already there. Okay. See, what do I know? So like 3 or 4%. Okay, now we will save this one because that is really close to the end there. So I could have saved JTR's basic there, or not her basic, but her special for turn meter reduction. We can use that on the battle droid at the beginning of P3, but it doesn't really matter at this point. We'll probably have it charged up by then. Yep, there it is. See? Alright, we'll do one more mass assist, and this should finish off tank. No crits. Okay. We'll do a basic and a special. That's it. Alright, so with this team, if there was ever a time where you needed to go use the restroom or go get a drink or a snack, this is where you could do it. Because this team will not have any trouble at all. What we'll see is we'll hit Illuminated Destiny. We're going to throw Expose on all the side droids. Everyone here is so tanky that whenever the tank in the back does attack, it usually doesn't do much damage. And then, of course, JTR and CLS will be taking care of turn meter on the B2 rocket trooper. So we'll go ahead and throw this on auto because that's all we have to worry about. Now if we wanted to, we could hit that singular battle droid in the front that doesn't have Expose to give it Expose, but one hit from him isn't going to hurt us. We'll get that protection back up in no time from the next Illuminated Destiny, so we're just going to let this roll. Oh, and we got the Illuminated Destiny, so never mind. These battle droids will never take a turn throughout P3. They'll take one turn during P3. Now, if you were ever in trouble in this phase, the most important battle droid that you'll see is going to have that blue emblem with the white triangle, and that's going to determine that. Let's go ahead and show you just in case you don't know. It's going to use a special ability, and what that ability is it's going to cause the giant tank to shoot. And you don't want it to do that very often. But this team does very well in regeneration. You have BB-8 giving protection, you've got Finn who can give you back health, and then you have CLS, of course, they can help. He can just takes care of himself. But if you were running like the ABC squad with Akbar and Asajj, BB-8, CLS, and Thrawn, you know how difficult that can be sometimes whenever it targets down one particular character. So here, the battle droid will never get to summon it, so the tank will just naturally shoot every once in a while. There it goes. But they happen so far apart that it usually doesn't cause any problems. The other luxury I talked about before was you have JTR and CLS in this team, keeping that turn meter down on the B2 rocket trooper. Normally, if you were fighting this rocket trooper, you wouldn't want to hit it with basics from everyone because it would just cause the team to gain. But in this circumstance with these characters, boom, CLS and JTR just keep it controlled. So he's gotten one turn this entire phase, and if it goes like normal, that's the only turn he'll ever take. I feel like during this recording, everything I say, it's like, oh, it only does it once, and then it gets it again, so I could be wrong here. It's kind of funny that it waits till I'm recording for it to act against its normal programming, but I think in this circumstance we'd probably be safe. So as you can see, the tank in the back is getting close to shooting at us. BB-8, who was hit the first time with that, has already gotten back all the protection that he lost from that initial hit. So, and that was a few turns ago. So CLS, he's there by himself. He will have to use his own specials to get his protection back. And see, there it goes. You got an extra turn. Normally, when I run this in P3, the B3 takes one turn. Sometimes it doesn't get any turns, so it's very, very out of the ordinary for it to get 2 attacks in the face. Very out of the ordinary. Now, like I said, we want to have Illuminated Destiny. I especially like having Illuminated Destiny ready for P4. So we're going to take a look and see how he's going. Oh yeah, so we're going to use that one more time. And he'll get it up there in no time. I think it usually takes like 6 or 7%, so we're going to stop this at like 4% and see how BB-8's doing with that Illuminated Destiny. Oh, he's already done it. And we're going to slow down just so he doesn't do that again. But we should be able to get one more out of this. Maybe. Finn might actually ruin it because he's going to hit that. Yeah. Let's do this. We'll just eke out a couple more specials. There it is. Okay. We'll do a basic and a basic. So everyone's favorite phase. This team eats this phase alive. If you were ever running and you're not ready to solo, but you had resistance, you could run just a straight resistance team and beat this. When I say straight resistance, I'm talking you could run JTR with just BB-8, R2 if you wanted to, Resistance Trooper, and JTR. You could probably even sub like Poe instead of R2. You could throw in CLS, you could throw in Thrawn. And then once you get C-3PO, of course, you'd want to have him in there with your main lineup. But if you can't solo, you could at least finish off part of the end of P3 and finish all of P4 with just the Resistance squad. They don't even have to be high level. I think I started doing it when I had like G10 or 11 on those characters. You want to make sure that you have the right Zeta on JTR. You want to hear leadership, at least Zeta. And then, of course, you want the right Omegas. But besides that, as long as you have the abilities up, like a G11 should do it easily to get a solo on the last phase here. So we'll go ahead and avoid hitting the main tank here, because as soon as you hit basics, the B2s are going to have that same reaction like they did with Grievous, where they'll just start plowing you down with AoEs and take away your buffs. So we're going to start up here. We'll do a basic. We already have Illuminated Destiny, so we're not worried about the specials at the moment. But we don't want to take too long, because if we take too long for the setup, then the tank will get at least one attack on us, and who wants that? So we'll go ahead and throw this on Finn, just for fun. We're going to daze the B2 on the side. This will stop him from getting extra turn meter and being involved. We don't really have to add all the confusions to these guys. If we just want to add dazes, it does everything that we need it to do. We're going to pop this, Now we have TM control from the exposes, so the B2 should be taken care of. So we'll get 1 more daze on the B2 on the right. After that, it's smooth sailing. So this is another auto level. So I don't want to hit the main tank yet, but I also don't want to use a special. So I'm just going to hit this over here. We'll take out the side tank. Confuse. Go ahead and do that. And here's our last daze. Boom. And now, okay. So just hit auto here. So we have daze on both B2s on the sides. They're not going to gain turn meter because of all the specials we'll be doing and the exposes that they already have. The only thing that's going to happen is they're going to get more exposes as we go. We're going to hit auto and let this go to town. If you were running without BB-8, I don't think you could do this so easily. BB-8 adds those extra buffs, especially with like the ABC squad. It's really important to manage the buffs when you have a SWGOH because she's so squishy that whenever the bomber comes over here at the end of the topple, you'll just get wiped out. So BB-8's there to make sure everyone has buffs. C-3PO also already provided the buffs. We have the B2s taken out of the equation, so we can't get rid of the buffs. So, I mean, as long as we have both of them active, none of these characters will be without buffs, so we're taken care of in that regard. We're just going to leave this on auto, and we're going to control which turrets we select, just like we did in P2. And we'll just carry this on the way through. That's the point where the bomber comes in. If you didn't have buffs, you would have been destroyed there. So, luckily we had all of our buffs. If you want to, you can do the same thing you did in P2. Oh, you gotta watch out for that. I can't believe that happened. There's a bug in here. Sometimes if you switch between targets, it deselects it for some reason, even though you're switching from a turret to the tank, and then it'll just flat out attack the B2. I don't know why it does that. So you saw that just happen. If you let the game do it itself, it'll cycle through the turrets first and then move to the tank and won't move to B2s, but for some reason it likes to switch on its own if you try to manually switch it sometimes, so be careful with that. We're just going to have to throw the daze back on that B2 when he pops back up in the next part, so we'll have to take this off of auto just to make sure we take care of that B2. It's really annoying. And I say it's a bug. It could be my phone. I single tap, but if it took it as a double tap or something, it could be the device. It happens often enough. I don't think it's the device, but I don't want to say it's a bug when it's not really a bug. So it's something there interacting differently that shouldn't, but it's not a big deal. We'll get past this really quickly. So we need to wait for JTR to have one more turn, and we'll be good to go. There it is. And we're back to rocking. And it selected the tank instead of the turret here. So yeah, it has mind of its own. Just manage those turrets. Just try to select them manually if you can. And if you try to switch to the tank, just be mindful that it could switch to a B2 and it shouldn't. So probably wouldn't go take a nap or anything during this part, because they'll probably just autofocus the tank down. I haven't even paid attention to Finn. What's he hitting at now? 197. 194. And it's really fun to watch Resistance Trooper in here with Finn because they both just go to town. It's just boom, 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 boom. Over and over again, it just melts this thing down. Go ahead and target the top turret. Switch to the sides. I mean, this is going so quickly, why even bother doing extra damage in the middle? We still have 12 more turns. Alright, so that's good enough. We've got 1.69 left. So, as you can see, this was really easy. It looks like the rest of the guild, the non-soloers, are only through phase 2. I don't want to take away these rewards from people who actually need them, or the people going for the title. So, we're actually going to end the battle here, and then I'll just go back and battle through phase 4 just to get the points to place somewhere. So, anyways, that's pretty much it. We would just finish this with auto. The tank wouldn't make it through a couple more hits from Finn, so we'll go ahead and quit here and we'll take a look at the actual team. Oh, it's already over. See, now I missed rewards because I backed out. So someone did the solo at the exact same time as me. That's too bad. Okay. Anyways, just like that. All right. We'll go into squads here. So mod situation we've got on these guys. That's weird. Okay, well, I guess we can't do that right now. That's strange. Alright, so we have JTR, Rey Jedi Training, she's our leader. I've got this with only the single Zeta on the leadership. I still don't have the other two Zetas. I'm thinking about getting Insight. I don't know. P1, I mean, the Sith Raid kind of takes care of itself now. But I've thought about upping it, and I've thought about putting a G13 on Finn just to see how much damage he can actually do, because I think it'd be cool to see more damage out of P1. But anyways, we just have, this is actually the mod set I use for the Sith Raid, and it works out really well for the HAAT as well. And you know, I don't really want to change it. She's a tank, so I mean, I don't mind having tenacity and potency on her. I think it works really well. So total we have 246 speed. Let's actually go back to the other screen real quick. My bad. So we've got extra 106 speed on her. She's not super fast. We have her potency up to 75, her tenacity at 83.4. We just want her not to get stuck, and we want her to be able to apply her TM reduction and all those debuffs that she throws out all the time. So we want to make sure those stick. It could be better, but I don't have the 6-dot mods on her yet. So we'll go through these mods. So we have, like I said, tenacity sets, 2 of them, and also a potency set. So we have speed on the offense mod here. We've got the defense and speed. Here we have health. I think the only reason I have health on her on this one is because that's one of the fastest tenacity mods I have. And I think the other ones are being used, like Scion or Nihilus, or someone has them. And I wanted them to have the extra protection. Since she gets healed up pretty easily by BB-8 and everybody else, I didn't want her to take that. So I put this one on her because she has good speed, but doesn't have to worry about the extra health. Potency on the cross. Got some offense on there. I don't have very fast crosses for potency, so that's just what I have. Did give her some extra crit chance because I do want her to be able to hit kind of hard. And then we have, of course, the speed arrow for potency for that. So she's at 68,500 total health and protection. So, I mean, she's all right. She's not great, but, you know, who knows? G13 and relics could bring JTR back into the limelight, but I'm not there yet. So, BB-8, we've got, we actually have all of his specials, except we don't have the last one here. It's really helpful. However, the droid teams that I use for BB-8 is just like the nuke team with Grievous in Arena. So I don't see the point in putting this on him because we want him to die pretty quickly to get Grievous going. So there's no real purpose in this in a droid team at the moment. I don't know how that affects other people that have tried to use it if they did Zeta him, but there's no point in that. I do have it so that he taunts, which is really important for that Grievous team. But the most important part here is you really want to have Illuminated Destiny maxed out, and you want to have Roll with the Punches maxed out. This is one of the most important abilities that BB-8 has. Those two really make him what he is. So make sure you get Illuminated Destiny and Roll with the Punches. Here we have a speed set, and then I just threw some fast mods on him. I'm not worried about his health. I'm not worried about his protection. I mean, he is pretty squishy, but I don't think one mod or two mods or a health set's going to really change how squishy he is. So we're just going to hope that he dodges. For the purpose of the raid, he does everything he needs to just fine. So we do have speed. Focuses on him. Did I show you what the speed was on him? He's up to 270. Gosh, I don't have a script here, guys, so I'm just kind of going off the cuff here. Extra on 108 speed, so nothing crazy. So we have plus 16 speed on his square. We've got a speed set, and I gave him pretty fast speeds. He's not the fastest because I wanted C-3PO because I use him in other things, but got speed sets on him. So plus 10, plus 11, health. Did give him some tenacity because I don't want to get stunned, but mostly this was just one of the fastest speed sets or speed crosses I had. We got plus 11 on this. It's just kind of like a sloppy second here. And then the only thing that we actually have higher is a 32, and I think this was even from somebody else. And I gave it to him once he hit G12, but the extra 2 speed, does that really even matter? You know, but I think I threw this on him just because he could take it. It's just an extra. So nothing crazy on here either. And then he gets, I mean, with the nuke team, he gains so much Terminator from his special anyway that he just goes first. He's blazing fast. Finn isn't optimally modded right now, and I'll show you what I mean. He could be better, but he does his job pretty well. So I don't have his leadership zated, but everything else is maxed out. Got 3 pieces on his G12. I'm thinking about finishing the G13, but we'll see. He's only got plus 55 speed, and the JTR leadership kind of pushes that TM faster, so it kind of helps. But really, I'm thinking about putting some more speed on him just so he hits more often, just because of that special. It's just so good. To that point, let's see, we have a crit set and we have a crit chance set on him. We got plus 12 speed, plus 10 speed. Here we don't have any speed because I think I ran out of protection mods with crit damage, so he got nothing. Got 3 speed on the cross because I didn't have anything good with the offense, but I wanted offense. So here we opted for offense over speed, and then of course crit damage. He hits so often. I didn't even put extra crit chance on him. Oh, he's missing his crit chance. I'm glad I'm doing this video. I didn't notice this before. You know what? Let's go ahead and fix this while I'm on here, and we might be able to give him some more speed. So let's do crit chance. We're going to do some speed, and we're going to see if we can pick up. Ooh, look at this. See, here's plus 10 right there. I really like him having lots of protection, though. I don't want to take that protection away. Let's go ahead and take T3, because he could die a little bit better in Arena. So there we go. Let's go ahead and slice this. Let's see if we get lucky. Nope. But hey, extra protection, that doesn't hurt because he's a tank, right? So anyways, that's fixed. Now we have our crit chance up a little bit better. Crit damage triangle, and of course speed on the arrow. And now he's up to 185 speed, up to 216% crit damage, and then 48% crit chance. So almost every other time he shoots, he's going to get a crit. And he shoots a lot, so that's okay. We could increase his crit chance later, but I'd rather him hit hard, really hard, than hit more often, kind of hard. I guess we can look at the damage some other time, but I feel like I did some math on Han Solo before, and I figured out that I liked a higher. If you get the crit chance high enough, I like getting the higher crit damage than I do the higher crit chance for overall damage over time. So it could be wrong, but that's just what I like to do. The last character that we have is C-3PO. I just recently got him to G12. He doesn't have to be G12 for this team at all. I mean, he could probably get away with being G9 or G10 as long as you throw like fast mods and maybe some extra protection on him just to make sure that if he does get hit, he doesn't die. But he's pretty tanky either way. I just wanted him to be higher because of the teams I use him in, especially trying to get my Galactic Republic team up to a higher level. So we have 3 pieces on him. We may be putting the other 3 on later on. We have all 1 Zeta for Oh My Goodness. And then we'll have Wait For Me, which I don't really think I'll want to get. It's kind of like a nice to have, but I can't think of too many situations where it actually do what I want it to do. So we'll probably leave that off. As far as the mods go, he's got plus 105 speed. And then we have his potency up to 98.31. So we want him to be able to apply confusion as often as possible. So we have his potency pretty high. So we just went with a health set and a speed set. And we have as much speed as you can throw on this guy, do it. So we've got plus 20, plus 16. Go for protection mods here to give him tankiness. Go for the potency. I got materials from the Grand Arena. And the first thing I did after I G12'd him, I had one upgrade I can make, and I threw that on his potency just to make him land his confusions better. So it just changes so many things. So potency, really good. Protection with some speed, not that great, but that's the best I had. And then of course a speed arrow on that. And then last but not least, we'll go on to our rebels here. So just right next door. I don't know why I went down. So we've got Luke Skywalker. I've got 2 Zetas on him. I guess it showed in the picture in the front there. I still don't have Learn Control. I'd like to get it, but we'll see. And he's only 1 piece away from being G13. He used to be my anti-Revan counter in Arena, and times have changed, and he's not really necessary in that aspect anymore, but he's still an awesome character, and he still helps me kill Revans in T-Wars and in GAs and stuff like that. So he's not going to go anywhere. I still want to keep good mods on him. He's still going to get his G13. We'll see about the relic, but I think Han Solo and Chewie are more important relics for the Rebels right now, especially with the ships. So he'll probably get his relic eventually, but for now, G13 is going to be good enough, and we'll focus on Han and Chewie. He had a couple of his 6-dot mods left over from when he used to be ran in Arena. He got to keep 2 of them. The rest of them have had to move on to other characters, but I'd love to get him back on there eventually, but I'm not sure when it's going to happen. So 109 speed. We have 206%, 16% crit damage. We have his health up to almost 73,000 health and protection combined. One of the reasons I went after upgrading C-3PO before I finished G13ing CLS is because I just want to make doubly sure that CLS stays the lowest health protection on that team, so that Chewbacca puts guarded on him every single time, because guard on CLS and Han Solo is a game changer. And so if he starts guarding another character besides CLS, it can really throw off your game. And I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally thrown in a character that had lower health and protection and was disappointed because they're not as fast as CLS, or with the way the turn orders fell and the specials were going, I wasn't getting the hits that I really wanted to get out of. So CLS is so flexible, and you can kind of control who you're going after so often that it's just better to work with Chewie. So just make sure you keep CLS at the lowest health and protection of anyone else on the team. And then I don't think I focused on anything else on him. He's got a little bit of crit chance, but that's about it. So crit damage and crit chance sets. We have 22 speed set on him, so there you go, CLS, nice job. 16 speed on the diamond. We have protection on the circle with 17 speed. We have offense, obviously, with all of the modding, offense for Chewie, Han, and CLS. They just do so much damage. And when I ran R2-D2 in Arena, I also had him bulked up on offense mods. So he had a set. I actually switched between sets, and for Arena he had a set that focused on offense so that I could give as much extra offense with number crunch over to the rest of the team so they could hit even harder. So I'm really excited about R2-D2's relic because it also increases the offense for that. So R2-D2 is on my list of things to do. It just takes so many resources to get these relics. It's going to take so much time. I don't know when R2-D2 is going to get done, but he'll probably get done eventually. I just don't know. Like after Han and Chewie, I need to finish Jedi Anakin, or maybe finish him first and the other two. So R2-D2 is at least fourth on the list. Third or fourth on the list. Fourth or fifth, I guess. Fourth or fifth. So R2-D2 is going to be really good, but it just takes so much to get those relics. I don't know. And then crit damage on the triangle and speed on the arrow, of course. So if you're going to run Han, I would probably do similar things to him as well. You still want to do crit chance and crit damage sets. Focus on speed. I would put protection on, excuse me, on the circle. Here it's because it's one of the fastest I had, so I just put health. He's already kind of squishy anyway. So what's a health mod gonna do? I mean, if it was protection, he'd just last a little bit longer. I just opted to put the protection on CLS instead, just because he does so much. But offense, crit damage, and speed. It would be the same thing for this raid. Of course, you want to have his Zeta on Han. You want to have everything maxed out on him. And then I've got him at G13, so he hits like a tank or truck, or both. And you know what's interesting, I never thought about it, but I haven't ran this team with Han since I G13'd him. It might be worth it to do that next time, just to see how much faster it is and if it's easier to control it. So we do have his health and protection is just a little bit higher than CLS now. So the only drawback would be that Han does not replenish his own protection, and he won't get that protection from BB-8. So if he does get hit, he's not going to regen himself. So you're going to hope that he never gets targeted, because otherwise he's, if he gets in the red or something, he'll have to do his own. He'll have to use his own damage to increase his health. So that's one thing I like about CLS that Han doesn't have, is the protection regeneration. I've got his crit chance up to 75%, and plus 91 speed. That's about it. So that is all she wrote. If you have a relic on CLS or in Han, it's a no-brainer. Go with whoever has the relic. They're going to do the most damage, and going to decrease the amount of time that you spend doing this raid. So anyways, congratulations to whoever took first place. Oh, your mom won, so nice job, your mom. Dory, Han, Sky, Scamp. Where did I land? I got so I backed out to try to get damage, and it got back in it, and I'm at the bottom. So but it happens. So anyways, SST, if you ever need anything, if you have any questions, or if you want to go through, I will post a link with this video to SWGOH. But it could change in the future just because mods are flipped. So I have the team built, but the mods could change in the future. So I'll post a link there, but you saw it in the video what I had currently. it may be different than what's on SWGOH. So anyways, thank you for your time, and have an excellent evening.